What's up, everybody? You are now listening to Save It for the Booth, where opinions meet truth and lies get the boot. With your girl Cocaine and Punk. All right, what's today? October 9th. What
It's
up,
a bitch ass
everybody?
nigga birthday.
Who birthday? Okay,
I'm sorry.
first
Keep
of
going.
all, welcome to episode 4 of Save It for the Booth podcast with your girl Cocaine and my homie over here.
It's Punk. We in the booth.
We in the booth.
You got your boy Big Homie. You already know.
We got big homie over here in the tuck with us. About to get into some stuff because, like I be telling y'all, them group chats they be popping off hard, and Punk be over here trying to
I be at your head.
he be trying to be at my head. Be trying.
So we gonna get into it today. We got a few things we want to talk to y'all about. Gonna start off with panhandling.
Panhandling, huh?
Panhandling. So Charles Barkley said some shit, telling a story, and he said he was gonna give a homeless man some money one day, and he was with Mike. And he said Mike smacked his hand. Was like, if he could ask for some change, he could say, "Welcome to McDonald's." So Cocaine, big homie, how y'all feel about that?
Okay, so I heard. Okay, so this was on the Oprah show, right? I never saw the episode. I never saw it, but just reading the post. If your mouth works, it works, right?
True.
However, I give to panhandlers. I do.
Me too,
So,
to a certain extent. On my drive home from work every day, the same guy out there every day from sun up to sundown begging. At some point, you made enough money to go get you a suit, go get you something to make yourself look presentable, to make you some money. I think once you keep giving to people, they realize how easy it is, and they rather just sit on their ass and do that all day. If you
well,
don't,
I take a different route home, so I give to different people all the time. But
got
I
the
don't
same route.
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I just my whole opinion behind that honestly is that me giving to someone that's out asking for money, it doesn't take anything from me. If I have it, now I'm not going to get in my whole paycheck or anything like that. But if I have some change or a couple dollars, I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to keep going about my day. Like, it never happened. I see you looking at me, Punk. What is it?
I used to give money to people, and every once in a while I still will, but shit, I got 4 panhandlers at home asking for money. So I just don't feel like I got it to be given like that. And like it said, if you can stand here and ask for money and write out signs and all of that, there's ways to go to work. There's programs out here. I ain't saying it's easy, but I go to work every day for the money I got and got a family to take care of. So it's hard. It's harder to do it now.
I get it. And I don't give money to everybody all the time. Like I said, I give it if I have it. If I don't, then I don't. I understand what you're saying. There are programs. It's almost like to say we were all born with the same opportunity. Right? But some people were dealt a bad hand. And we don't always know what their story is. And no matter what we think they may do with the money, they asking for it because they want to eat or they thirsty or whatever the case may
I don't even care
be.
what they do with the money.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying, because it ain't about that, right?
But how long you gonna beg? That's my point. I've been seeing the same guy beg for about 3 years now. Same guy. You ain't made enough money to do something?
I mean, we ain't begging for it, but somebody paying us, and we've been working longer than 3 years, and we ain't still got to where we want to be or made it or anything like
steps,
that.
Though.
Okay, maybe my nigga taking some slow steps,
Somebody paying us to do work, though.
I get it.
All right.
Somebody paying us to do work though, not just stand there with a sign up. Like,
That's work. It is work. It's work because
It is work, but is it really work?
it depends on the person's situation. Some people out here really are like struggling. You know what I'm saying? Some people are
Definitely.
struggling.
We are too.
So exactly.
I'm some people.
You feel me?
I get it. You got a family to take care of. We don't know people's circumstances. We don't know their situation. So
Can I kind of do a little side note? It's like kind of the same, but not really. All right, so how y'all feel about when Meek Mill gave all them kids $20? You think that was like,
wait, I
you
didn't
know?
hear about that.
All right, so some kids was selling waters or whatever, and basically it was like 5 boys selling water, and Meek Mill just gave them $20, and the whole internet and everybody was upset because they felt like he could have gave more.
He didn't have to give nothing. Like
I
he
agree.
gave them some money. They out here hustling, but at least they selling water. They ain't just standing there saying, "Can I get some change?" They trying to do something to make them some money.
And see me, if I'm a black man, grew up in the hood, and I actually see these kids doing, and I'm rich like Meek Mills, I'm gonna get them more than $20. That's just me personally.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But we making it like it's
He was obligated.
he obligated to
Yeah,
do
nah.
it when he not.
So big homie, did you have a problem with him only giving that dub? You wanted him to get more?
I didn't have a problem with it, but I felt like he could have did more than what he did, just because he was once that little kid that ain't had shit, and to actually see kids doing something instead of just begging or just beating on the drum, like, let me beat on this bucket and now give me $5. You know what I'm saying? They actually they went and bought some water. He gave them enough to re-up and make more money, but I don't know, when you come from, that, I kind of like got a different perspective on it. Like, man, they could have been out here just bullshitting, breaking in people's cars and doing all kind of shit. They rather stand out here and sell water. So that's just me personally.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more mad at the people who feel like he should have did more. Cause what you doing?
Riding right past him.
Exactly. So, who are we to talk about him doing anything, and we ain't the ones doing it? Because if everybody was out here giving money out like that when they seen, the world wouldn't be as fucked up as it is with all the homeless people, kids struggling, all of that. But everybody not doing that. So how we trying to judge him for whatever it is that he did do?
Do we feel like panhandling is a business?
I do.
Yeah,
I do. I definitely do.
I could see so. Explain, big homie.
All right. So I think people sat down and realized, if I can sit down and at least make X amount of dollars by holding up a sign and can support myself, why the fuck would I get a job? It's too easy. Like, you work at your own pace. If somebody
You work your own hours.
you
You
work
ain't
your
gotta worry
own
about getting
hours.
fired.
Some days you get up at 7. Sometimes you don't. If it's
You can
too
wear
cold,
whatever you want to wear.
man, you feel me? You don't have no dress code. You really don't have to wash your ass.
You low
got a
key, you
dress
do got a
code.
dress code.
Because
though.
if you ain't out
You
there
gotta look
looking
the part.
bad, ain't nobody gonna really pay you no attention.
I think the biggest thing. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
You good? Go ahead.
I think the biggest thing for me too, like as far as like just giving money, is because I'm an empath. I'm very empathetic with people, and I'm able to like rationalize with the situation. And if somebody is outside and they're telling me that they hungry, and I can help them out with getting food, whether I'm giving them $3, $5, that's what I'm gonna do, because I understand and I know what it's like to be hungry. So I don't necessarily know how to individualize myself, like step out of that place of being,
So-
sympathetic for someone like that.
So what if you felt like, oh, you hungry? Let me go take you to get something to eat. And they like, nah, I prefer the money.
Oh. Okay. Story time.
Are you gonna still get them that money?
Story time. Am I still gonna give them the money?
Right.
So if
They saying I'm hungry, please help, or they ask you for some money and you say, well, I'll take you in here and buy you some food. It's a restaurant right here. You can order what you want, and they say, oh no, I'd rather have the money.
I don't know. Maybe. And the only reason why is because
No,
the only reason why.
I'm
Okay.
out that jam.
Okay. Two
Okay.
things. First time. Okay. Story
You
time.
ain't that hungry then.
Story time. Story time. Right. So when I used to work in corporate, and I used to take the Metro train right there on Canal. Right. Every day when I walked through the tunnel, there was always people experiencing homelessness, just sitting out there, asking for money and, saying that they hungry. And I would give them money here and there. But my company, we always got free food all the time. And it was always like after meetings, it was always so much food left over. I'm like, these people are hungry. I'm about to pack up some of this food. On my way home, I'm finna pass it out.
Nice gesture.
So
Very nice
it
gesture.
was. So I did that. Some of them took it, and it was this one lady who, I mean, when I say looked the part, played the role, everything, I do not know her circumstances at all, but she looked very, very bad, and I felt it so bad in my heart, and I felt bad for her, and I always wanted to feed her, and I always gave her money. And I gave her 2 big plates of food. I mean, different options of food. Now, these folks catered, all good stuff, hearty meals, and it was cold. Got her warm food. Walked up to her, handed her the bag, and I rarely say anything to them. Like if they don't want to speak, sometimes they just say, God bless you, you keep moving. Handed her the food, and I usually have my earphones on, and I kept walking. Next thing I know, she behind me and taps me on my back and hand me the food back and say, I don't want this. I said, oh, okay, you can have it still. But she didn't ask for no money after that, and I just left it at that. But I knew that she probably wanted the money instead, because you can tell, what people look like when they, abusing substances and stuff. You know what it looked like. But if she would have asked me for money instead, I honestly don't know if I would have given it to her, because that was a different time too for me. Like mentally, I probably would have been like, nah, like you good. But I don't know. Today, I really don't know what I would do.
So with the whole, speaking of that part, it was a topic out here about this lady. She went to the hotel with a guy, and if she told the guy she didn't want to have sex or whatever. I'm gonna read the exact quote. It say, this man really got up and left the whole hotel because I wouldn't let him sleep with me on our first date. Anyways, anyone in Chicago want to spend the weekend with me, I got a free room.
What, we gonna take naps together?
What I'm coming to?
What we gonna do in that motherfucker? Watch Barney?
Exactly.
Power?
It was
That Remy coming up.
so it was a response that said the blind leading the blind, because if this wasn't your intentions, you should have never accepted this form of a date. She was very wrong. So y'all think she was wrong, or she should have expected dude not to be on that?
She should expect what she don't like. What she like express, like, I don't have sex on the first date. Well, if you feel it's good, like, what shit leading to. If you come in, we in a hotel date, it's rose petals at that. We ain't come there to watch Power.
And she said he invited her to the hotel. Like, that was part of, you knew where y'all was going for the weekend. You thought you wasn't finna have to do nothing?
She don't have to do nothing.
You don't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have went to the hotel room if you wasn't on that.
Express.
Or you should have told him you wasn't on that. Because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have bought that hotel room for the weekend if he knew you wasn't on that.
I'm going to invite you to catch up on my naps. That's all I'm saying.
Your thoughts? Cocaine?
I'm just, y'all said she was wrong, right?
Well, let me say this
Okay.
differently. Depending on the communication beforehand, which I'm thinking there had to be some type of conversation for this nigga to just get a hotel room for the weekend. This wasn't no on the whim, I'm finna go get a room for the night. This is for the weekend. So I'm sure y'all talked about getting a hotel room for the weekend.
Okay. What, we can't just get a hotel for the weekend?
No. Why we doing that? I don't know you to be wanting to just lay up with you for the whole weekend. It's our first date. No, we not just getting a hotel.
Wait, what? I'm confused. I'm really confused on what you just said. You said I don't know you well enough to be getting a hotel room with you on the weekend?
to be spending a weekend with you just to get a room for the week. No,
But you
we
know
ain't
this,
invested that much time in each
but
other.
it's okay for you to stick your penis in me not knowing me well enough. And then, I mean, what?
Apparently, so
But that's what I'm
what
saying, though. You talking about I don't know you well enough to be getting a hotel room with you
for the weekend.
for the weekend.
No,
But I know you well enough to stick my penis in and out of you and do all and
It's-
any other
it's-
sorts of things.
it's-
How does that even make sense?
it's some things
brother?
that come with time.
And
You
that
have-
should be a
you
thing that come with time.
What, sex or the hotel
Yes.
room? The hotel room for the
Sex.
weekend, definitely. It should come with
Sex.
time.
What?
That is not no. I just met you yesterday. I'm
But the
finna go
sex
get us a
part
room for the
is-
week. Maybe.
How?
I'm not saying. Don't get me wrong. I'm
It's
not
something we willing
saying.
to risk.
I'm not saying I'm just want to bust it open the first day. But if I'm saying let's go get a hotel room, people, yes. If I say let's go, people have sex. That's what people do. But people don't.
People get rooms.
Yes, later
To
on
have
down
sex.
yes, later
What
on
you
down
mean?
the line. A first date
Hey.
is we going to dinner or something like that. To the hotel for the weekend.
I know niggas that don't remember females' names, but they fucked them.
I know females that don't remember niggas' names, but they fucked them.
Shit
It happens.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying you a bad person if that happened, but gee, I'm not. But maybe I'm just different, and I feel
You
like
a
men
nigga.
should be like this. Have a conversation and be honest. Let that person know, hey, if I get this hotel for the weekend, I'm trying to do X, Y, Z.
But do you think that if they had a conversation, do you think that this woman told him like, yeah, we gonna have sex, and then when they got the room, she was like, just kidding?
No, I don't think that. That's not how it sounds off the post. But I think he brought it up to her, and she probably did a woman thing and laughed it up. And boy, you
She
crazy.
didn't say
type
yes
of
or
thing.
no.
Yeah, she
That's
left it
what I
open
get,
ended
yeah.
because she wanted to go to the hotel.
Yeah.
And then when they was laid up, like I'm not what? I got to go, or you gotta go.
So what you trying to say is that she played him?
That
Did
too.
she play herself? It sounded like to me she got a free meal and a nice room.
She ain't say nothing about eating. She said our first date was to a hotel.
Whichever the case may be. I mean, most of the time when
Look, she
first
got a
dates, y'all dudes. I mean, let's talk about the 2-drink minimum, right? Sometimes, and this is just what I heard because dudes don't buy me drinks, but
What you
I
heard?
heard that when a dude buy a woman drinks at the club, that he like posted up like, oh yeah, it's popping. Cause dudes be putting prices on chicks.
Oh, so if he buy you a drink, that mean you
That's what I
basically his
heard.
for the night.
That's what I
That's
heard.
why I
So
don't buy
so
drinks
if
in the club. So
I mean
don't
nobody
really
buys me
know.
drinks, but I'm just saying I heard this from my friends.
Oh,
But I'm just saying, you know, if the first date was them like, the first date was just getting a hotel room, meaning no dinner prior to that, right? Like, all right, we just met, we finna get a hotel. I mean, yeah, it sounds like a smash game to me, but I'm saying
you a
wait,
woman, and
but-
that's what it sounds like, right?
No, right,
So
but
what
that's
you
what
think
I'm
she was
saying.
thinking? I'm finna get a hotel out this nigga. I ain't fucking.
Probably.
I'm finna just let him pay her this
Yeah,
room.
you know how good it is to have a room to yourself, especially if it's a nice
So
room
she
in
played the
this
nigga.
downtown.
That's what you telling us.
It's possible.
Mm.
So it's, yeah.
Mm.
So is this the same concept of women getting flued out?
If you get flued out, you busting it open. I ain't flying. I'm not flying
I'm gonna
nobody.
be 100 with you.
I'm not flying nobody
If
out.
I'm gonna fly somebody out, you gonna know when you come out here, dick in your mouth. That's all I'm saying. These plane tickets cost too much.
Flued out? Nah. It better be cracking. If not, it ain't no point in you coming out here.
You got a story about somebody getting flued out and then playing a guy?
Yeah.
You got some story time.
So
Story time.
so
It's story time, y'all.
so it's it was a situation where somebody got flued out.
They got flued out.
Yeah, person got a room and all that, and she wasn't going, and dude was upset. you know, and it's like I asked her, did y'all have a conversation? Because I would have expected the same thing dude expected. If I'm getting rooms, flying you out here, we going out to eat and all that, what you think finna go on?
Right. So it's really no different from the post that the female made, right?
Yeah.
Because
And she couldn't understand, like, I never told him I was doing nothing with him.
She
blah,
probably
blah, blah,
didn't.
blah, blah. Yeah, you playing a person.
yeah, that's cool.
Why
'cause
not
dudes,
just tell
dudes
him you
play us
ain't
all
on
the
that?
time. Same. I mean, because he could have played her at the same time. He got the room, and his intent was to smash.
Two wrongs make a right, huh?
I mean, hey, I ain't say it, but this just saying like the rules of the game right
Listen, flued out is way more expensive. So if I'm gonna fly you out, it ain't no if and buts about we gon'
now.
hey,
But why?
what I'm spending all this money for?
Why can't you just want to spend time with somebody?
I can do that in Chicago.
I do want to spend time with you.
So take them to a hotel in Chicago and spend time with them, and not expect sex in the interim of that.
I want to spend time doing the things that I want to do. That's why I flew you out. Spending time. We gonna spend time doing what I want to do. I
We-
flew you out. Ain't that the point?
Fly me out, and then we could do whatever the fuck you want to do. You want to go paintballing? Come on, it's whatever. I'll fly you out.
You could fly me out and tell me, okay, I'm gonna just give you the room for the weekend, and I would be okay with that. You ain't gotta touch me, suck me, nothing. I'm
Really?
just, if you flew me out, yes.
But because you spending your dollars, a
When
woman
you-
is expected to
When you spend your money,
basically, as Big Homie said, have her mouth open when she
if you go to
when she get
Wendy's,
off the plane.
if you go to Wendy's and you spend your money on a
Wow,
on a
guys.
burger, and you say no ketchup, no mustard, you expecting it, no ketchup, no mustard, right?
But sometimes players mess up too.
And you gonna take it right back and tell them you need it with no ketchup, no mustard. So,
I mean, you might come back with your bun licked or something like that.
but you
know,
won't what
but-
you spent your money on, right?
We trying to lick buns. That's why we.
Oh gosh.
You
First of all, I didn't even know flued out. Like I'm like flued out.
you want what you spent your money on,
I just
and that's
like I
not
said,
saying
I
you could
get it,
put a
though.
price on it.
But that's
or
what
it's-
it is, though.
but
That's
it's
exactly
just-
what it is.
Everything come with expectations.
It does, and then so again with the hotel thing though, dude expected to hit,
Yes.
right? And maybe it wasn't a conversation that was here. Maybe he did insinuate it, and she was just like, whatever. I do agree. Like if
So she
we
should
could
have
talk
kept it
about it,
100
like
then.
yeah, and have a mutual understanding and agreement, like I'm attracted to you,
So if a
we
guy,
might could do something
you
like
think a guy asking you to a hotel, he ain't attracted to you?
No, I was just saying that was gonna be a part of the conversation. But
So
I
once
don't know.
somebody-
But do a man have to be attracted to you to smash?
I do. I don't know what all men gotta do.
It got to be something about you. I can't just fuck no trailer trash. Whatever. I
Yeah.
gotta be attracted to you.
You don't even
That's
look good. It's nah.
Yeah. But some niggas, as long as they got a pussy, they fucking. I
Yeah.
know niggas like that.
Me too.
So,
Me too.
That's what I'm saying.
so it's all
I'm,
like that.
I'm not him. So
Me neither.
if I don't have no attraction to you, you ain't even gonna rouse me. What we gonna be doing? Nothing.
But back to the original thing.
Topic at hand.
Yeah, she
played the nigga.
yeah, she played the nigga because you can't see all the setup all the way to the end and then be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you asked me that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You didn't follow step
I
by
mean,
step.
females get played all the time, so I feel like
Here go the competition. We ain't talking about them right now. We talking about her playing dude.
I'm just saying though, y'all can't really feel no type of way if you expected to get something when we got to the room. Just take your L and keep it moving.
I can still be mad about it.
Right, and that's what Buddy did. He took his L. And then what she do? Anybody free in Chicago for the weekend?
Right, she about to get that nigga that she really want to spend time with,
Exactly.
how it go.
So that's okay.
and get this lame nigga to pay for the room, and her and this new nigga about to be sleeping here.
Damn.
So is this a new first date? So she finna bust it open on the first date anyway? On dude, huh?
So what
You
if
want what you want
say
when
she
you
bring
really,
another
really
nigga in? Say she bring another nigga in, right? And then dude come back because it's his room. Then what?
How you gonna get back in? Shorty, you
It's
leaving
in
them
his
keys.
name.
Hey,
I lost my
then
key
what?
front desk.
I guess you gonna have to figure it out. When it happened, what was that? R. Kelly and Mr. Biggs?
Let's not talk about this.
I'm just saying, what the hell is going on between the sheets in the hotel room? I'm just, who knows?
Give me what you got.
You just gotta figure it out when you get there. I don't know, but I was gonna say, right, because when we was talking about putting a price on women, because I know dudes that will look at a woman and be like, but it's a price. It's a set price where they be like, yeah, I got about 600 for her. A dude told me one time, like, yeah, I got about 8 for you. 8. Like, damn, bro. Cash? 800 cash. Like, I really don't know what it consists of, but they got a price. Like, shorty right there, yeah, I got 12 for her.
Everybody got a price.
You went for less.
I wasn't talking to him. I mean, he ain't somebody that I would even like blink twice at. But
for real though, everybody got a price. No
That's
matter
not
what
I was saying. I was just saying when you go on that date and all that, and it be like $25, $30, and you bust it open later. That's less than that 800.
So he just
we
get
weren't.
to the point.
I see how you trying to clown me. You trying to clown
It's
me.
not.
Why not get your 800? Because you done did it for less anyway.
But see, no, I'm only saying that because
You don't believe everybody got a price?
I'm not saying we don't. I'm not saying everybody don't have a price.
You don't? Oprah come to you?
Hold on. Well, let's bring it back for a second so I can redeem myself, because you ain't never about to try to J down on me.
So $2 million from Oprah, you ain't fucking?
You just tried to J down on me.
I was just trying to make sure. I was just trying to make sure.
And I was gone. Uncle Elroy.
No, so I know everybody got a price. And I ain't trying to, like, I'm not dating a dude and be like, oh, you can't take me to here. You got to take me to Gibson's or Morton's or Ruth Chris or whatever the expensive restaurants are. Like, that's not my expectation. So I ain't looking at it like, oh, I need to go on the most expensive dates. And who's to say? I mean, if I'm going, I'm going to go with or without the meal. With or without anything else. Like, that's just the reality of it. I don't need
So he just letting you know
a bag or anything like that. But this was just the conversation that we were having because, you know, we've been around each other several times, and I kind of watch how he move, and he be on the chicks. He be on the chicks a lot, and he just tell me, and it's kind of like, damn, y'all niggas really be thinking like that. But it's just a certain group of dudes that really do be putting prices on chicks. And like, if he'll give her about $1,200, he'll spend $1,200 on her. But if she don't go after that, that's it. Like, that's his cap. So that's how he was like basing his dating standards off. Like, oh yeah, shorty, she get about 6 from me. I'll take you here. We could do this. We could do that. At that 600 cap, if you ain't giving me none, it's a wrap. And he move on to the next. I just didn't know that was how the game was. I didn't know that that's how some dudes were. You know, it was just interesting to me.
But speaking of all of this and people getting played, did Lil Fizz did he kind of play himself now? Since he done had to apologize and all of that to Omarion
I think
for the sucker shit he did.
Let's elaborate.
What's the story?
So the story is Lil Fizz, rapper, singer, whatever he do, he really ain't do shit in the background for real,
He was
but
the
in the
rapper,
group.
I think.
But said Omarion, the lead singer, Lil Fizz went behind his back and messed with his baby mother, which Omarion found out about. And then now, today, recently, I should say, Lil Fizz is apologizing for messing with one of his close friends' baby mother.
After they broke up.
After they broke up.
Do you guys think he would have apologized prior to them breaking up?
No. I think he checked his bank account, and that's what made him apologize. Because Omarion doing these tours by himself.
I'm in agreement with that.
Omarion doing these tours by himself. Shit looking kind of shaky for B2K anyway. So that bank account ain't looking like how it once did. Let me go and apologize, swallow my pride, and, apologize to this nigga. But really,
in his bag.
yeah, really, I don't give a fuck, but I need this money.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But so as men, right, this kind of is for y'all, because how do y'all feel about it? Do y'all think that Lil Fizz was bogus? That he
Bogus as hell. I'll never go mess with one of my guys' kids' mother.
why?
I don't want to mess with nobody that the guys messed with.
Why?
That's just how I am. Like, I don't need something that the guys done had. It's too much of it out here for me to be doubling back behind the guys.
Me personally, that don't really matter because fucking is fucking, and why does it matter if somebody you know fucked her already?
It ain't about that somebody I know. That's one of the guys. Like, why I need to double back behind one of the guys? I done slept with women that knew somebody I knew.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that. But one of the guys, no, that's
if it wasn't no serious relationship, like you baby mama, you was in a long time relationship, you really love the girl, then cool. She for everybody.
I mean, yeah, if it's something like that. But I mean, if that's why, if you had a kid with her, definitely not. But I'm just not even into the guys messing with her. She coming at me. I ain't really that thrilled about shit like that. I just feel like it's women I could have out here outside of. Cause then what she gonna do after me? She gonna go to one of the other guys.
So what if one of the guys told you like, man, Shorty gave me that Gawk 3000, and Shorty on your heel.
That's one of the ones that's for the streets though.
Right.
But I probably still wouldn't touch her.
She bad though. That don't matter to you?
Nah, I don't care nothing about that. That's just me though.
Is there a such thing as a bro code, or is this a bro code? Is this a fictional concept?
Nah, it's definitely a such thing. To me, it should be.
I don't think a lot of guys uphold the bro code as much as they used to. So I think it's slowly fading away. You see more and more like
snake shit.
Yeah.
More and more fear shit.
Yeah. You see that happening more often nowadays. But that leads to a lot of niggas shooting and shit at each other too over a bitch because you ain't follow the bro code.
Let's see, I mean, I don't know. That's why I feel the way I feel. Like, I ain't really trying to touch no chick that the guys done messed with, you know?
Yeah, I feel you.
To me, that's like kind of part of the code. Unless we knowing what it is in the dough, like, oh, hey, what are you trying to go for the team? All right, you know, tag team. Okay. That's what that was, though. Not like you was messing with on some, I'm thinking y'all exclusive, whatever going on, and then y'all break up, and now I'm like, man,
see,
Shorty bad.
I ain't talking about that. Like, they was together. I'm talking about one, like, you know, y'all just out kicking it. He happened to fuck Shorty a couple times, we out the band. You see her at the bar like a month later. She on there with you.
I'm a hit, bro.
You still gonna ask him?
Yeah.
He don't give two fucks about her. He just.
But I'm gonna hit him to make sure though. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't never know what's behind somebody's mindset. But I'm still gonna hit him like, man, you know, what up, Shorty woo? Oh, I don't get no. You know, once he tell me,
What if you don't got time to hit him? What if it's spare of the moment? Like this happening right now. Is no go?
He gonna wait.
Go.
He gonna wait.
You said I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. My relationship with my boy more important than that pussy.
So niggas be claiming pussy that ain't theirs?
No, I ain't saying that, but I want to make sure you ain't gonna feel no way about it. Cause then if I do it and you know you find out and you like, oh, damn, you know, I don't want you to have no reason to feel no type of way.
Speaking of niggas and they fifis, punk. I read that Fizz and Omarion wasn't even really cool friends like that. That came from April. April was like, you know, they wasn't even really cool. Of course she gonna say that. They wasn't even really cool and close like that.
Of course the one that slept with both of them gonna say that.
Omarion had mentioned too in the interview, and he said me and Fizz not close.
Yeah, after you fuck my baby mama.
We don't know if that's before or after.
Look, I got a man's I ain't close to.
So what is Fizz? What Fizz apologizing for?
Cause he need that bag.
More sucker shit.
Yeah. I'm not apologizing. If you said we ain't bros or none of that, what fuck I'm apologize to you for then? Come on.
Ain't even a big deal then.
I felt like, okay, with y'all, I'm not a bro, but like the bro code, right? Y'all talking about that. So y'all smash, like Punk over here saying, I want to get permission from my homie and make sure that it's cool and he don't feel no type of way. But what's wrong with just, I thought the bro code was like tighter than that, like bros before hoes. Like you still can do it anyways, regardless if you talk to him or not. And he find out like, all right, man, like no big deal. We still cool. And y'all just, make up like that. Like it's not a big deal. That's how I thought it went.
Yeah, it might happen like that.
I didn't know like it's
But
a permission
that's
thing
that's
that
just
had to be given.
it ain't that it has to be like. That's just me.
Some niggas, the reason why it can't always be like that, because some niggas get in their feelings.
Yeah.
So it might be one of them niggas that love.
I
Everybody got that one friend.
I don't get in my feelings about that though.
Everybody got that one friend that fall in love with all the hoes.
Oh, exactly.
Everybody got that one friend.
Exactly. Or they want all your hoes.
Yeah. It's definitely true.
Which I mean that's why to me you had that. I done talked to some chicks that call themselves talking to the guys. And I definitely called the guys before. Like, oh man, such and such. How you feel about that?
So how does that make y'all feel about, females? Like just say for example, Punk and Big Homie, y'all cool. And then I was like, me and Punk used to mess around. Now I'm done with Punk. Now I want you, Big Homie. Like, what does that make you think of me?
I don't judge people because everybody like fucking. So it might be something you like. I don't know. It just, to me, it is what it is. Like,
it's gonna make me think you always wanted the nigga, which mean I'm glad I ain't fucking with you no more. And then
probably, yeah, a little bit.
What you gonna do the whole squad? Cause how serious was we? That's kind of what it is. Like
that's the real thing.
You was we heavy, or it was just like we was smashing? Might have went on a couple dates. Then it was like, oh, this ain't the nigga for me. Depend on how it was.
Like, no, that changed the spectrum. Like, now you taking shorty out, I might not fuck with her because you was actually taking her out.
And that's why I said depend on how heavy it was. Was we just...
Yeah. If it's just we went to a bar, we kick it at a bar, then I end up fucking afterwards. Like, then that's not serious. But if you actually taking shorty on dates and shit, like, I might be like, you know what?
That's a whole nother thing, because people be feeling like going to the bar is a date thing. Like...
But that don't make y'all think, and this was actually really nice and kind to hear y'all say that, because,
Because we don't think you a hoe.
Well, I was just using me as an example, okay?
I know. So I'm sticking with the example.
Yeah, because usually, that's what women get a lot of times. Like it's not, and a lot of women feel like, it's not really fair, because you, like Big Homie said, like, everybody like having sex. So if that's the case, why can't women just freely want to smash different dudes and that be okay, opposed to it being like, she for everybody, she for the streets, and kind of get looked at, we kind of get downplayed and looked at as like trash.
Do you know women down other women way harder than niggas do?
That's another pot.
Okay, I just wanted to
that could go so long, but no. I'm not gonna disagree.
But look, so what you saying? So let me say this: do body count matter to you and Punk and Cocaine? Like, you meet a chick or meet a guy, do you care what the body count is, or you like the person for who they are?
When I was younger, yes, the body count mattered. As I've gotten older, I don't need to know who was after me. Like, whatever that situation was, is like, that's between you and your past life. What me and you got or working on right now is between us. Because I don't want what your past was to interfere in what we're trying to do. So me knowing all of that, it's irrelevant to me.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel at this point in life. Like, when I was a teenager, it was like, man, how many people you been?
Wasn't that like one of the first questions you asked? Like, so how many people you done been with?
Motherfucker that's been busting it open for the neighborhood.
Dang, so you don't know how many?
Yes, but I mean, nah, I don't ask. Like, why would you? That's how I feel. Like, I'm not even gonna ask to know your body count.
Yeah, it's not important. It's not important to the development of our current relationship. So let me just not.
Yeah.
The reason why it mattered when y'all was younger is because you in a certain area. So
You don't want to be walking around
Yeah,
with the chick that done did
everybody that hit.
everybody.
That's why it matter. As you get older, you meeting people that live fucking different state. You don't care then because you don't know she could have did 300 dicks. You don't care. You don't know them motherfuckers. So that's really why I think it don't matter now. Like, you older.
Then I think we grow up too and realize, like, most people, once you almost 30 or in your 30s, most people done had a whole phase. So you probably was out here doing a lot.
Here you go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Everybody isn't an angel like cocaine. But at that point you about done had a whole phase. So of course you done did
You done
some
been there,
stuff.
done that.
You ain't just wake up learning how to do all the shit that I like that you do.
Porn.
You ain't just wake
porn
up
teaches.
learning how to do all the shit that I like you doing. Like,
Porn teaches
it
people
just
things.
ain't-
Porn
do it.
teaches people the wrong things sometimes. I don't know. That was a conversation too I had with somebody, but we could probably say that for another time. Like, does porn ruin
Yes.
like relationships, some relationships sexually? Yeah, we
Yeah,
could
we
yeah, we
definitely
could
gonna
we could
touch
touch on that another time, but
It can. It depends on
But no, I mean, I kind of I get it. It's unfortunate that everybody don't have that mindset where it's like, you know, a woman could go and, you know, have sex with whoever she want to have sex with, and it don't have to demean her character or like lower her value, but it does lower her value to some dudes because it's like, I don't want her if everybody else don't hear her. Some guys want something that they feel like it's golden or is the prize and be like, yeah, I'm the only one that's hitting that. So when he find out,
Absolutely.
like, just kidding, you're not, it diminishes her value.
You're not the only one that's hitting that.
Or
No, I
ain't the
don't-
only one that have hit it.
I mean,
But it's no different from y'all though. You know what I'm
it
saying?
is different from us.
No, I'm saying it's not any different if y'all have been in and
Yes,
out
it
of
is
different
different.
people.
It's different.
Why is it different for us?
We men, y'all women. It's just different.
But why? You gotta expand on that.
Men fuck. Listen. Men fuck who they can. Women fuck who they want. So that means you took a lot of men that you wanted. You feel me? We can't get every woman. Y'all could down there fuck. If you walk down the street, a woman can fuck probably 9 out of the 10 guys if she walk up and say, I want to fuck you. So that kind of, like, the fact that you let everybody fuck you kind of make niggas look like, damn, is that easy? You know what I'm saying?
And I think some of it is the way you carry yourself. Like, there's people out here doing them, catching bodies, but how do you carry that? Are you carrying it like a hoe, or are you...
Or you're a classy hoe.
Or you carrying it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's really about how you do everything. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
That's definitely true.
But y'all put that more on y'all than we do. Y'all look down on, you want to be hanging out and your friends, everybody think your friends hoes. You don't want to be hanging out with them, do you?
Birds of a feather flock together? Is that what you're saying?
That ain't what I asked you. I said, do you want to be hanging out with a bunch of people and everybody think they hoes? Do you want to be hanging out with the flock of hoes?
I don't know, because I might have friends that are hoes. And they might be my friends.
Do you want to be hanging out with the flock of hoes?
It depends. I really don't know. Because story time, when I was in high school, I hung out with all lesbians. And I was considered a lesbian. So it's like...
So
and
do
I
you
could
care
have-
about that, though?
But I'm getting to that. It's my story time. Story time. Yeah, in high school. Like, I went to this high school for 3 years. All 3 years of my high school years, if that makes sense.
What you do? Drop out? What happened to the fourth year?
Mind your business. That's personal information. It's violation of privacy law. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, look. In high school, I hung out with all lesbians. By default, I mean, it just happened. And eventually people thought I was a lesbian. Rumors was getting spread about me. And it was like, you know, I had a boyfriend at the time, too. He didn't go to that high school, but I had the same boyfriend for, like, the longest of years. And they knew who he was.
How did you feel about that?
I mean, it bothered me at first at being younger, but as I continue on through the years, we developed a friendship and a relationship. So it didn't really matter that they thought I was a lesbian because I knew I wasn't. So if I'm hanging out with hoes and people think that I'm a hoe, I think that's cool.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you, are you okay with hanging out with the group of hoes that everybody think is hoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of us here are considered, middle age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not big homie.
Not big
young
homie. He ain't in the class yet.
He ain't hit the hill of 30 yet, so he's
Okay.
still
Why you gotta tell his business?
Right,
like that?
right. But is
So
there still a such thing as hoes at this age?
I don't think so.
no, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think, and even with being okay with somebody or hanging out with hoes and, people considering you this and that, people gonna consider you things anyway. So that really doesn't matter. You have no control over what somebody else think. Anyhow, it's up to you to continue to live your life as you were. But to answer that question, no, I don't think it's no such thing as hoes no more.
just to be honest, like all the topics about hoes and all that, and you asking that, no, people do what they want to do with who they want to do it with. It really ain't nobody business. The only reason why the whole thing is out here is because either people talk too much or be in your business too much, or you be telling your business too much. But it really ain't my business what big homie doing, what cocaine doing. So I shouldn't even really know if you a hoe or not, because it ain't my business. Why I'm worried about it?
Yeah, but even at this age too, it's like
No,
you
she
get
ain't
to
a hoe. She just out here
point
fucking.
where, I mean, if that's your right. If that's what you so choose to do as an individual person,
Do
and
you,
that's
boo?
what makes you happy, that's on you.
Yeah, do you?
If it ain't taking no skin off your bones, like, hey, I'm good with, if I want to be a hoe, I'm good with being a hoe.
I love hoes.
Whatever it is,
just don't pay for 'em.
You ain't got that 40. Where does that even come from? Like, I think I just started hearing that $40 like out of
I'm
random.
just quoting a song, but
song,
$40.
Yeah.
I don't know. I seen it on social media first, $40, but
that's a thing, right?
$40 ain't that much.
It's
Might
not
be that
much,
might be
clearly,
cheaper than
but
dinner in the movie and all of that.
say the cap is 40 though, so you might have some change to spare.
Maybe.
That's crazy. I really didn't know, but I see it going around a lot. So
Yeah, I don't know.
people be offering 40 for sex.
People be all
So could you say that? I know we said ain't no hoes, but this just thing popped in my head. Could you say that, like how we was talking about somebody getting flued out? It's an exchange, and people call hoes an exchange, right? Cash for ass.
that's
like
prostitution.
that. Right. What's the difference? Okay, so you flying somebody out, and in exchange for that flight and dinner,
Drop them draws.
you want some coochie. Is that considered a hoe or prostitution?
Men prostitute all the time.
Answer the question though. Is it?
Yeah. That's what we do all the time, though. It's no different from if we flew them out, we took you to Applebee's, we did this. At the end of the day, we pay for it regardless. And in some way, a man gonna pay for it.
Applebee's?
It's more so prostitution. So it's a prostitute a hoe. It is.
Look.
You just got a free meal, and you finna
And
get.
you got a free flight, and all expenses probably gonna be paid coming out here.
Look, you could
Prostitution
have
at its
been like the
best.
panhandler and turned around and said, "Excuse me, I don't want this. I need the money." But you chose the date.
Okay.
Y'all be eating y'all budget.
You better take that 800. You better take that 800.
Listen. Before we cut it up. So we kind of just concluded that prostitution is still heavily in the market of women and men
Oh
these
yeah,
days.
men gonna pay for it some type of way. You pay for it all the time.
That's tough when you really
I kind of gotta
put the hammer down. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to. It's kind of hard for me to just outright hand somebody some money.
really. Ooh.
It is easier.
So
It is easier.
before we wrap up, right? So even just with piggybacking off of this for the next pod, right? Talking about like women asking men for money, like, do we gotta be smashing
Yeah,
for at next pod, right?
we need to
Like,
touch this right now.
we
Yes.
So listen, y'all stay tuned because Punk over here with them
Y'all
draws in a
gonna
bunch
make me wait.
too soon.
That's some
Yes,
bullshit.
make you wait. Niggas, y'all need to wait. So we gonna talk about that next pod though. Like, you know, how long does it take? You know, or what's the expectation around a woman asking you for money if y'all dating? Do we gotta be dating, or do we gotta be having sex even? Like, what does that look like? Stay tuned because the group chat about to be popping. I already know. So y'all just wait for it.
I'm not talking to you niggas to the next pod.
All right, peace.
All right, y'all. Next time.
We out this.
We all would like to thank you for listening to Save It for the Booth. Got another episode coming very soon. Till next time, guys. Bye.